Okay, let's beginning here. So today is like April 26th. We have 3 more weeks and May 17th is the last day. So let's see, what we learned from last week? You guys remember what we learned from last week?
Functions.
Say it again. Can you say it again?
Functions.
Yeah. Actually, last week we learned how to graph, right? How to graphing quadratic equations.
Yeah.
Quadratic functions, actually. Right? So we know, let's see. So we know the quadratic equations. We say y equal ax squared plus bx plus c, right? And a cannot equal 0, right? Is it correct? So this one actually can be, we can transform this one into complete square. You guys understand, right? Is it correct?
Yeah.
All right. So this one will be 2a.
You posted it
Where?
already. I know. I saw one
And
you
plus,
already. Look.
and plus what? Plus actually is 4ac, right? Minus b squared divided 4a. Is it correct? So did you guys can transfer into this one? Right? So when this one equals 0, this one actually we can further transfer into what? Into say x equal negative b plus minus square root. Inside here we say called discriminant. We also say discriminant here need to be greater or equal 0, right? Right? So
yep.
over 2a, right? So when the discriminant less than 0, we have say this one have no real solutions, no real number solutions, right? But they have the two, maybe we say two imaginary solutions. We talked about this one a little bit later. Imaginary solutions, right? So this is the super important. You guys must be need to remember very well about this. Is called quadratic equation formula. Quadratic formula. Anything give you this one, you can base on here, based on this one, to judge if they have the if they greater or equal than 0, they have some real solutions. Where they less than 0 have no real solutions, but they have two imaginary solutions number. Okay, so this one means we need to identify A, B, C. I believe you guys can run and do it quickly. You can find out these solutions. Right? Okay, so this part is not good. So if they equal 0, you can base on this one, find out called x-intercept. When they y equal 0, when they y equal 0, so you can got x-intercept. So last week, we focus on this one. We want to how to graph this linear, how this parabola, we call parabola actually. So parabola, I just graphing right here, maybe more. So y 0. Actually, we need you guys to graph my earlier homework. Last year I teach two different classes. Actually, led them to do is to graphing these parabolas. Come on in. Parabolas. So need to graph with the table methods. We need to use you guys if you want to graphing You better do use this kinds of table methods, right? To find out at least 5 or 6 points, and then you can do graphing here. This is parabola. Generally, they have these kinds of curves. Just like a bouncing ball, you drop down and then bouncing back, right? Bouncing back. So these kinds of parabola, I'm generally draw graphing like this. So for last week, what we learned is several points we need to be keep in mind. Firstly, these parabola curves mouth open up and down, right? Firstly, mouth open. When mouth open is, when A is greater than 0, this mouth open is up. Okay, this mouth open is up. When mouth, so when mouth is open is up, it looks like a cup, right? Mouth open like this one, like a cup. So the peak here is the bottom. Peak here is the bottom. So y have the minimum value. Let me give some space here. So here have the y have the minimum value, just like bottom. They have the y have the minimum value. When a less than 0, the mouth open is down. Mouth open is down. Actually is actually, let me graph this one like this way. So this one is the parabola curves actually somewhat like opposite of here. So like a mountain, the peak, the mountain, the maximum value, they have a maximum value. They have a peak. This peak is the maximum value, maximum y. Y have the maximum value. So this is the first thing when you keep in mind. A mouth open and down. And the y actually shows have a minimum value. So means most of y actually greater than this minimum value. When a less than 0, this parabola curves actually is like a mountain. The peak looks like the maximum value. So y is less than the maximum value, right? Less than or equal to this maximum value peak. This first one. Second one, you can see that these parabola curves actually symmetry. They have the central line. Central line we call axis of the symmetry, right? Symmetry. So F symmetry here, we can use the equation is negative b over 2a. Why we use the negative 2a? You can see here. Let me point out. Use this one. Actually, is make this one become 0. Make this complete square become 0. We know this something a number when they square. This one is greater or equal 0, less than 0, right? We make this one become 0. So this data is, so the whole equation here, you can see if a greater than 0, so this one became minimum value is 0, right? So time a positive number, so minimum value is 0. So this one became minimum value. So a, just like what we do, say the first one, a greater than 0. And this right part right here became the minimum value. When a less than 0, the right part here on my drawing here is became maximum value, right? When the x a greater than 0, the right part became the minimum value, and less than 1 here became maximum value. So most important see is this minimum value actually is located on the axis of the symmetry. Located exactly at the symmetry, right? So the third one, we go to third one. So we call this minimum or maximum value of this bottom or maximum value of layer, we call vertex. Vertex actually exactly located in the axis of symmetry. So x exactly the same as this one. as the least one. What about y? Y would be right here. Y least part. Y least part. So it's 4ac over minus b squared over 4a. All right. All right. So this is a little bit complex, but right now, but just keep this in mind. We have some formula here, and we can easily to deduce. We find out by the transformation. All right. Yep. Okay. The third one is here. The number 4. Number 4 is x-intercept. X-intercept. For the red parabola here, x-intercept this one, this one. So x-intercept means y equal value. Y equal 0. Y value is equal 0. So this parabola equation transform into quadratic equations. So x equal, this use the quadratic formula to get the results. Or maybe no solution if the discriminant is less than 0. And number 5, y-intercept. Y-intercept actually means x equals 0, right? X equals 0. So we can find the 0 point, actually the y equals c, right? This one is very simplified. So when you draw any parabola curves, you need to keep in mind how to find if their mouth open and down. What's their axis of symmetry? What's the vertex? What's x-intercept? What's y-intercept? Okay, so let's we keep in mind here. I will unmute you guys because I've heard a lot of voice in your backside. Okay, so let's go review homework part. Okay, let's see here. So homework part. I thought some people already do their homework here. So I saw a lot of people do very good homework. Yeah, a lot of people do very. Angela 100%, Aiden always 100%, huh? Conway, yeah, and Brandon, yeah. A lot of people do very good. So I just didn't mention you guys' name here, but some of people didn't finish. Please finish them. All right. So let's review the question part. So just keep in mind what we're reviewing right now. It's super important. All the work will be relayed here. So let me begin with the most long questions. Firstly, see this one. Question. They already grafting. Before I move to this one, I think I needed to do one more thing. Go back here. So since we know the mouse axis of symmetry, vertex, and x-intercept, let's show different kinds of parabola. 6 different kinds of parabola will be show up possibly. Firstly, the parabola have these kinds of curves. All right. The second one you maybe see is like this. The parabola just only one point touch here. These have 2. And third one you can see sometimes you can draw the mouse open, but it didn't touch the x line, didn't cross. There's no x-intercept. There's no x-intercept. Here's one x-intercept. This has 2. This is second situation. This is third situation. The fourth situation. When you're graphing, mouse is open, it's down. Have at the same time have 2 x-intercept. And also mouse open is down, but only have 1 x-intercept. And you can sometimes see this one. The mouse is open down, but no x-intercept. So make sure you keep, at least you need to draw x, y, 0 here. So What's special here? What is special here? So this one must open up, right? X greater than 0 have 2 x-intercept. So discriminant is greater than 0. Must open up a greater than 0. Must open up a greater than 0. Right? This has 1 intercept. It means discriminant equals 0. There's no x-intercept. Discriminant is less than 0. For the number 4 here, must open down, a less than 0, a less than 0, a less than 0, right? First discriminant have 2 of them, have 2 in x-intercept. So the discriminant is greater than 0, right? At 1 intercept, discriminant is equal 0. Okay, so for this one is discriminant is less than 0. Okay, so this 5 situation. Okay, so you can see determination. This is, so of course this one sometimes maybe move down a little bit like
that.
that's y-intercept here. Y-intercept, this means c greater than 0. So this one would be up. If c is less than 0, will be likely here. So totally depend. So like these kinds of cases, c definitely should be greater than 0. They didn't show up like this, right? So in this situation, c definitely is greater than 0 too, right? This c definitely will be than 0. But because other situation just will be analyzed separately. All right. Okay, so let's go to the homework part. Let's need to quit since. Okay, so this one, what I'm saying here right now is this one is met the third situation. They have the vertex here. So vertex here is what? Is 4 and 2, right? So it means here. All right, so let's go back to see y actually is ax minus actually plus b over 2a equals 0 plus 4ac minus b squared over 4a. All right, so the excess of symmetry, we know excess of symmetry is negative b to 2a. So here means x equal 4, right? So this part is equal 4. So here is 4, right? Right. The symmetry here is equals 2. So we replace that 1. So it's go back to like, right? So let's see another point. Here is this point. Here is 5 and 3. 5 and 3. So we replace 5 and 3 here. I'm sorry, here is 4. So this part is negative 4. I'm sorry, need to put this back, negative 4. So here be saying a plus 2. A is equal 3, right? Y equal 3, right? So a equal 1. Actually 1 for all the option here equal 1. Maybe you guys didn't think about want to find out 1. Since they are the same all 1, you don't necessarily to do the calculation, but we need to still point out a equal 1 here. So all the options is 1. But then the point here is the excess of symmetry. So x symmetry is negative b over 2a equal 4. So b over 2a is equal 4. b over equal a is negative 4. I'm sorry. Or negative 4. All right. So I need to put this negative 4 back. Keep this in mind. So you can see this one, excess of symmetry, x equal 4. Because we make this point, it became 0, the complete square part became 0. When you do find out the excess of the symmetry. Okay. Any questions? I will unmute guys all. Any questions? Just bring it up, all right? If you know,
No.
move
No.
next one. Yes or no? We still keep here.
No.
Okay,
No.
let's go on second one. Second one. How many solutions does this graph have? So since these curves, you can see they have no x-intercept, no real solutions. We should say no real solutions, all right? Actually have two imaginary solutions. Up to now here, not described so clearly. Should be say no real solutions. Someone say have two, I mean still consider okay, have two imaginary solutions. Actually, she say no real solutions. All right. All right, let's go next one. This one. So for this one, what do we need to determine the domain or the range? Maybe you guys heard this before. I talk sometimes in the classes, but I didn't mention it specifically. Actually, the domain means X possibly range. What X possibly can pick? And if you pick anybody, what Y can possibly, Y the value group will be called a range. X possibly will be domain. Okay, so X can pick here. You can see from this graphing here, X can pick any number between negative infinity to positive infinity, right? So we can say all real numbers. What about Y? Since this parabola mouse is open down like a peak, so this one vertex will be maximum value, right? Y, the maximum value is 4. So Y should be less than 4.
That's a word store.
Right? So you can got here, the result, the final truth is the C. Did you hear any noise somewhere? I cannot hear. I can hear somewhere from my side. Just unmute yourself if you can hear some noise, all right? Okay, so the X means the domain, X possibly range. Okay, okay. Y will be the group value area we call the range. That's important thing, concept here. Okay, let's go next one. Any questions? This one may be the most challenging one. I surprise you guys do it because of this one is called advanced quadratic question here. All right, let's see this one. The parent function of the function is this part. This is the parent function, and this is the actual function. So you can graph in this one. So see from this one, actually the vertex is what? HK, right? Vertex. For this one, vertex is 0, 0. Let's graph in this one together here. So for the fx, this function one, we can graph in this one like say x squared. Fx equal x squared. For the gx, the function I say hx is h is right here, k is right here, right? So when you graph in this one, you would possibly like this, right? So it looks like move these curves to h unit, move to k unit, move to h unit. This is k unit, right? Right. So right now they told you actually here they told you hk is 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, negative 8. I think too much. The vertex already told you here. We just put back into the quadratic formulation like the complete square, right? So x minus 9 square minus 8. Okay, so my God here is some people forgot to, right? Just keep it in mind. The excess of the symmetry, when you put it inside, the complete square part will become 0. All right. When you put the number in the complete square part, into this formula, the complete square part would become 0. So here is wrong, here is wrong, right? You put a 9 here, that became a 0. Actually, only this one. Let's keep in mind. Do you know why? When we make this become 0, this is the minimum value. Because of this part always became greater than 0, right? We make this part became 0, this became the right part here is the minimum value. Just like I put a 9 here, this equation have the minimum value. Minimum value. When you have a here is less than 0, when you put a 9 here, this is the maximum value, right? So that's important. So why we pick, just like this edge is the axis of symmetry. So keep in mind, go back to see earlier, what we say is negative b over 2a, right? But when we do the complete square, we write what? X plus b negative 2a, right? And plus something in the back. So x, make this part become 0. So x is, axis of symmetry is x equal negative b over 2a, right? Everyone clear here? No answers? Let me move next. I suppose you guys know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to the 56. So find the symmetry of, oh, we just talked about it, right? So x equal negative b over 2a. That's it. So b is equal negative 8, negative 8. A is 1, right? So equal 4. That's it. Right? We have the equation we just talked about it. Also, you can say x minus 4. You finish the complete square, so minus 1, right? So x equal 4. This the vertex is 4, negative 1, right? So make sure it's 4, negative 1. Vertex is by this one. If you ask your question is vertex, what's the vertex? Will be 4, negative 1. Any questions? Yes, someone, and 9 people do wrong, 1 people didn't finish, but most people do correct. Excellent. All right, let's go next one. So all the questions actually just review the 5 points. What I will review. Find the mouse open down. Find the axis of symmetry. Find the x-intercept. Find out the y-intercept. That's it, right? You can see this one. Which of the following equation match to the parabola in the curves? Okay, so this one is mouse open down. You can see this one, mouse is open down. So A definitely less than 0, right? Second one, y-intercept here is greater than 0, C greater than 0. The y-intercept is, right? A is a negative number, C is a positive number. Let's see. So this is negative, this match, but this one don't match, right? What about this one? This one greater than 0, y greater than 0, take it away. So only this one match. And C greater than 0. Yeah, that's it. All right, double confirm. This has 2 x-intercept, means their discriminant should be greater than 0. We double check the discriminant here. B squared minus 4ac, right? B squared equal a squared. 4a is negative 2, c 7.
Right.
So here 64 plus 56 equal 120, greater than 0. Have 2 real solutions. So have 2 x-intercept, right? So we double confirm this result is correct. All right. Any questions?
No.
I only hear one answer.
No.
Good, good. Okay, so let's move next one. Yep, find the vertex. Yeah, so this one was be easy, right? So we need to, we can do some transfer into complete square. So that will be, I believe, you guys' best part best thing can do right now. Okay, so we do complete square here. We just need +1, right? If we need +1 here, means we -2 inside. So we move to +2 back. +2 back. Okay, so this will be changed into x +1 squared +4. So it's -1, +5. No, sorry, here -1. Sorry. I also sometimes do mistake as well. So this +1, +5. So this one is correct, right? Will be easy, okay? All right. Any questions, everyone?
No.
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 Right. If you have questions, please bring it up right away, all right? We need you guys to answer. Sorry, my kid is outside. Where I go? Shoot. Okay, let's go next one. 62. So look, all the question actually right now is the same. So let's see this one. Find the excess of the symmetry. So here is 4. So it's each of the unit is 2, right? So this line, right, what I point to is excess of symmetry is -2, right? So that will be super easy, right? Is it correct? Anyone can see this one? Can see my screen? Nobody answer me.
Yes.
I consider you guys listening. If you guys not listening, you will miss the most important part. Okay, let's go next one. So all the equations still the same. So like this one. This one is close to what we do in the 69 right now with review. So the mother, the parent of the quadratic equation actually is this one. So the vertex x is 0, 0, right? Vertex is 0, 0 for this one. Vertex for this one is 6 and 4, right? So it means move to the right, move 6 units to the right, then move up 4 units, right? Because vertex here to 0, 0 to the 4, 6, 4, right? All right. So this is the right answer. Move to the right 6 units, move up 4 units. You can also graphing here, I think. You can see that y equals x squared is this one. If the 6 and 4, the vertex is right here, so they are something like this. So you need to move right here and right here, right? Just like you move this whole piece, whole parabola to the right, 6 unit, move up 4 unit. Got it?
Yeah.
Right? Just like you move whole this cup, move to the 6 unit, and then move this cup to up 4, 6 unit. Okay, so homework part, I think we finished this part. And mostly it's the same. We just review the several concepts a little bit more. Let me do a little bit more here before we end. We talk about this one. Okay. Okay, let's talk about a little bit this one. I think this one is an interesting one because I will use this one as an example for our next section. So what's the turning point? Turning point actually vertex, right? Vertex. First methods, we can transfer this one into the parabola. We can use it as a complete square. Right, here is 9, 9 minus 9 is -16. Actually, the point is -6 here. So you got a point is right, this one. Actually, this answer is wrong, all right? It should be -3, -16. Firstly, it's -16. Here is -3, all right? Also, we can use second methods. Second methods what? So if you graph in this parabola, you can notice that one is the positive 1. The other one is -7. What's the middle point of this one? So you can see these 2 points is x-intercept, right? So middle point is -3. If the -3, you can see a is greater than 0. So its mouth open up, right? Like should be like this, right? So negative, we know the vertex is exactly located on the axis of symmetry. So we put a -3 inside, -3 inside, -3 minus 1, -3 plus 7, product of these two, -4, +4, so -16 as well, right? So it should be -3, -16. See, we use the two second methods. Also can get it. First method, we use a complete square. Second method, we use a graphing. We know the two x-intercept. We find out the axis of symmetry is middle of these two lines. And the vertex actually exactly located on the axis of symmetry here, right? So you can easily find out. You can use these methods. Okay, that's the homework part. We end up homework review here. The rest of you guys do a pretty high, above the 64% kind. So that's big. I consider pretty good. Please just finish your homework and review. I will send these kinds of link to your parents' email so you guys can review them with your parents together, right? All right. So take 5 minutes break and come back for the new section. All right. Talk to you soon. See you soon.